Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time visiting my channel, hi, my name is Michelle. On my channel I post like makeup videos, storytime videos, prank videos, beauty videos. You should definitely subscribe to my channel because I'm going to be coming out with a lot more content for the channel. So as you guys can see by the title, today's video is going to be different from the videos that I've done in the past. Today's going to be more of like me speaking out and giving my personal experience with what I'm about to talk about today. I honestly just want to help like as many people as possible, and I was really contemplating if I should do this video or not. I know it's likely that the person who did this to me, a lot of these things to me, is gonna watch this video. I've been very fearful of this person for like our whole relationship, and even after. I never really wanted to talk to anyone about it or say anything about it, about all the stuff I'm going to talk about in this video, because it's pretty serious and it's just made me like really down, because it's just really sad when someone that close to you like treats you like this. And I don't think I can put everything into one video just because it would be way too long, but if you guys like this kind of content and you want me to do a part 2, I definitely can. If I have screenshots, I don't think I have screenshots honestly. I just wanted to do this video even though I feel kind of uncomfortable doing it, because I want to help as many people as possible, and I know there's a lot of girls and guys out there who are in like bad relationships, whether it's romantically or just friendships. But for me, this specific relationship was really hard because she was super close to me, and I didn't want the relationship to end even though it was very toxic. I honestly don't even know where to start, because there's honestly so many things that happened within the time frame of this relationship, and this relationship was like honestly like 6 years long or something like that. So I just want to like warn everyone before you watch this video, make sure you know like within yourself that you're not gonna get conflicted with me talking about this kind of stuff, because it's just about like relationship advice and how to deal with like emotional trauma in the relationship. And it doesn't even have to be like a romantic relationship, it could be a coworker, just a friendship, or anything along those lines. It took me like 3 years to understand that I had to get out of this relationship, and it just wasn't right for me to be in. There's so many warning signs that told me that I had to get out, but I just couldn't bring myself to do it because I didn't want to change. I didn't want to change the consistency of what I had going for me. Let's just get into it. I don't really know where to start. Me and this girl, I'm not gonna name her or anything like that because I don't want drama. You know, I've moved past everything that's happened, and I don't want to spew anything. I don't want to give anyone like hints to who she is. The only reason why I want to do this is just because I want to help people and I want to explain my story. I don't want to do this to cause drama or hurt anyone's feelings or anything like that. I just personally want to explain my story, and I'm sorry if that offends you. We were in the same class, and I was always like a loner, and I never had friends. I had one friend named Courtney, and she's still my best friend to this day. But then she moved away in 4th grade or 5th grade. I think it was 4th grade actually, and I remember the day that she left. She left during school. Courtney lived across the street from me, and we were best friends. We would always ride our bikes around the cul-de-sac and go to Six Flags together and just be together all the time. And then in 4th grade, they said that they were gonna move, and my friend's mom had sent her to school in the morning. And I think honestly the reason why she sent her to school that morning was because she wanted her to say goodbye to everyone, and it was really hard for me that day, because I just realized like damn, I have nobody else. And after she left, I remember it being so sad. Like I started bawling during class, and everyone was looking at me like, bro, it's not that big of a deal. But like to me it really was, because that's my best friend of like 9 years. Like we were literally babies, and we have been friends our whole life, and she was moving away I think like 300, 400 miles away or something like that. It was a few states over. My teacher let me go out in the hallway and like say goodbye to her. So she left, and like that was the last time I saw her. I've seen her a few times within the past couple years because we've gotten back together, but that was the last time I saw her. And after she left, I was really sad. So I turned to online like games and stuff. I started playing Roblox like heavily. Like I was a gamer girl, I was going crazy. I fell back onto like Roblox and online games and Minecraft and stuff because I literally had no one. Like, and people thought I was like that one girl at school, like nerdy, because I was actually like, people thought I was uglier when I was a child because I had glasses and I had like less developed face than everyone. And we all know how like really young kids can be jerks, like a lot. So no one really liked me, and people would always make fun of me for having like a big forehead or having glasses. Like I know kids are so weird about that. Like if you have glasses, you're ugly, and it's like, bruh, so many people have glasses, like actors, actresses. Like how is having glasses have to make you ugly? Like I don't understand that. It's like child mentality. So after I got out of this phase of like my online gaming, which was honestly like 2 years. So my friend Courtney, she really never talked to me in school because she had a different friend group, but I never really felt like I had to make friends because I wanted like her to be my only friend. And I was also really shy of like being around people and socializing, and also kids were also mean to me, so I didn't want anything to do with other people other than her. So after she left, it was obviously very hard for me. And so this was in the 4th grade. This is when I met this girl that I'm gonna be talking about in this video. So it was in the 5th grade. We had like a bunch of people in our friend group, and we were like the popular kids out of the grade or whatever, which is honestly really ironic because I felt like I got adopted by this girl or something, which is another thing. I never wanted my glasses because I felt like I didn't fit in. And I also like, I think the doctors misdiagnosed me with something because I can see perfectly fine. Like I have no complaints about my vision whatsoever. So we had this friend group, and then the teacher we had was the best teacher ever. So we're just gonna give this girl the name Sarah. The first year when I was in 5th grade, it was amazing. Like she was my best friend, and I got super close to her family. Just me and her mom would just hang out, and I would just come over to her house and take care of her dog whenever. Like I was super close. I was basically her sister. So once we went into middle school, it was me and then the other kids that was in the friend group, but a lot of them started to drift apart and go into different friend groups because there was another school that merged into the other middle school that I was in. So when like all the kids were together, everyone just kind of made different groups. Me and this girl, and then my other friend. The other friend is still my friend till this day. We still talk and we're still like best friends. Sarah was separated from me a lot of the time because we had different classes. She also started meeting other people, but this year we were still best friends. Like we still went to Six Flags and the mall all the time. Like we were going out everywhere together. We were super freaking close. In 8th grade, that's when things started to get a little bit hectic. Never wanted me to have anybody else. Like she wanted me to be for her and no one else. And if anyone else became friends with me, she would not talk to me for days. If anyone else were to be friends with me, she would get super mad at me, and she would always make me apologize to her for having other friends because I became friends with this other girl. Let's just name her Susie. I don't know. I became friends with Susie. She wanted me to be all to herself. She wanted me to sleep over at her house like every night. She wanted me to be with her and her family every day. My friends would always tell me that this relationship is super toxic and I need to leave or otherwise it's just gonna get worse and worse. And I didn't listen because it was really hard for me to lose a friend at that time because I was super close to her. And I don't think other people understood what I was feeling at that time. Really hard to leave a committed relationship like that. Like it doesn't matter if it's romantic or it's just a friendship, honestly, leaving your friend hurts way more than it does a relationship, especially when you're this close. Like, we were those stereotypical girls who slept over at each other's house every night. We would always go out to eat together, and it was just us, like just me and her and no one else. So I became friends with this other girl named Susie, and we started hanging out more. And Susie did not like Sarah. She knew how controlling she was, and she never wanted me to go out without her or do anything without her. It couldn't be with just one of my school friends, or like if it was just one of my friends from one of my classes. It could never be that, because everything always had to be about her and being with her every time. So whenever I would try to ask her like to go somewhere, like go out to eat or something like that, she would always say, no, I don't have money. And it's like, okay, you don't have money, that's fine. Whenever I would go shopping with her and her mom, she would always buy clothes and stuff like that. So I honestly, whenever she would tell me that she didn't have money, I felt like she wanted me to say, okay, I can help you pay for it, because she knew that that's what I would do most of the time. I would help her pay for the meal. Whenever I would say, okay, that's fine, we'll do it another time, she would ask me, can you pay for me this time and I'll pay you back? In the 8th grade, a lot of things started changing because we started growing older, and this was the year before we went to high school. So my one friend, we're just gonna call him like Pablo or something. Pablo was like a really close friend of mine. He was also close friends to Sarah. After I stopped being friends with Sarah, every time Pablo would come around me and try to talk to me in one of my classes, she would always look over and give the stankiest look. She wouldn't talk to him for the rest of the day, even though like he's his own person, he can talk to whoever he wants to. She's out here getting mad at him for talking to me because I didn't want to be friends with her, for her being a control freak about me. This Pablo stopping honestly started to go away from being friends with me. So after 8th grade, during the summer, I didn't have any friends. I was really alone, and I had nobody at all, because Susie, I would hang out with her. I only hung out with her like 1 or 2 times during the summer, but I overall just had nobody to be with. So I would always ask Susie to hang out with me, and it was like either we had no rides anywhere or her parents didn't want her going anywhere. So one time when I was walking to Dunkin' Donuts, I was passing Sarah, and she was walking right next to me. Like, we were literally walking like this. And she was with some other friends. Oh my gosh, these other friends. That's a whole nother story time. They absolutely hated me because I was this girl's ex-best friend, and they would always talk smack about me on social media. And I was just honestly like always so fed up with it. When I was walking past Sarah, she looked at me and she was like, hi. Once I got to Dunkin' Donuts, she unblocked me and she texted me. She unblocked me from her number, and then she texted me and she said, hey, do you want to hang out? Honestly got really happy because I was just so alone that I just forgot everything she did, and I wanted to give her a second chance. I remember going home and being so happy that she texted me. And I talked to her later about it, and I asked her, why did she text me, or why did she try to be friends with me again? And she said, honestly, the only reason was because you looked like you were alone. I was like, yeah, I've been really alone this summer. I have no one. And I think that was her opportunity for her to be like, okay, you're mine again. Bitch, I can control you and tell you what I want you to do. So we started hanging out more, and this was when I tried talking to my parents about becoming friends with her again, and they did not want me to. After we stopped being friends, I told my mom everything that happened with her and why we stopped being friends. After that, she just hated her and she never wanted me to be around her. So it was really hard for me to hang out with her with my mom's approval, because she already hated her for what I told her before, even though I wanted her to not hate her because I wanted to start over with her. I'm not even kidding, it took me like a month to convince her to let me hang out with her again. Like, she was that like, no, you're not hanging out with her. I feel like if I would have had other friends, I wouldn't have gone back to her. So freshman year of high school, I found a boyfriend, which is my now time boyfriend. We're almost 3 years together, and I met him in school, and this was when we started to become more friends again, and we started being in school together again, but it's high school this time. And I remember she would never want She never wanted me to have a boyfriend. She hated it. Every time I had a boyfriend or someone I was getting close with, she just hated them, always, and she never gave a reason. And we all know why. It's because she wanted me all to herself and she wanted to control me. After that, I was like, oh my gosh, like I can't even be happy or have a relationship because she wants to keep me from that. And so she was having a quinceañera, and if you don't know what that is, it's like a 15th birthday party. I honestly assumed that my boyfriend was gonna be in it because of how close I was to her, and I thought she was just gonna like assume that I was gonna be with my boyfriend. He was like, I don't want him in my 15. I'm like, what? I thought we were gonna let him since he's my boyfriend. And she's like, no, I don't want him. And I honestly like understand that part, honestly, because she's not close to him, because it's her 15 and she's not close to him and she didn't want to be close to him, which I understand. But I feel mad at myself because I should have just said, okay, I'm not gonna be in this 15, then bye. You either accept my boyfriend and become close with him or you don't. And I feel bad to myself about that because that's what I should have done. And now that I'm more mature and I'm looking back at this situation and I'm like, so the last straw for me was when this was the day of her quinceañera and we were walking around and I had brought my own camera since it's a more professional camera, and I wanted to help her take photographs for her quince. And I was really like trying hard to take some really good photos. Like we were walking along this path and I was just taking photos. And so she got mad at me because I was trying to help her take pictures and she didn't want me to be the center of attention even though I was just taking photos. And so in front of everyone, there was like 30 people there, she told her mom to yell at me and say, Michelle, so do you want to be the photographer or do you want the actual photographer to take photos? And I was just taken aback. I was like, and in my head, I just wanted to cry. I just wanted to leave because I was honestly just really happy that it was my friend's birthday and I wanted to help her have an amazing day and take photos and everything, and which she never thanked me for. She never thanked me. It was always just I'm giving stuff to her and she's always just being controlling back. And so I was like, that was the last straw for me. In my head, I was just going over, like, after this day, I'm just gonna like dip, like I'm just gonna tell her how I feel and that's it. And I'm not going back to her ever again, and I'm gonna stay true to myself and what I want for myself. And that's exactly what I did. I told her the day after, like, you guys can't treat me like that because I was literally just trying to help you take photos and you're not appreciative for it. All you want is for me to help you and help you and help you. Like, when's the last time you helped me with something? Honestly, like, I cut out a lot of things in the story time because of time's sake. There's so many things that happened in this relationship that I just really can't say in this whole video. So if you guys like this video and you want a part 2, just give it a thumbs up and then comment down below that you want a part 2 because I can definitely do one. I hope you guys learned something from my experience, that you should never deal with anyone's BS and they're never gonna change, and that's it. Like, they're never gonna change because I gave this girl like 3 chances and every time it just came back. So again, I don't want to start beef, I don't want to start drama, nothing like that. I just want to personally give my experience in this relationship, and I know a lot of you guys out there are dealing with the same thing, and I just want to tell you, like, you can leave. You can freaking leave. You are your own person. This is America, okay? You're not bound to be with that person forever, and you're entitled to your own happiness. Because let me tell you, after I left this relationship with this girl, I felt like a weight like lifted off my shoulders. Like, that's how you know it's bad, when you physically feel happier and free. Hey guys, that's it for this video. Like this video, and like I said, if you want a part 2, comment down below. Make sure you turn on your post notification bell and subscribe to my channel. Hey guys, thank you so much. Bye.